Well, TikTakers, it is time to explore once more the lives of the cruelest real-life murderers. And today, we'll be talking about Lizzie Borden, who is believed to have murdered her father and stepmother with an axe. Thus, she is known as the Ax Murderess. Lisbeth Andrew Borden was born in Fall River, Massachusetts in 1860. And was the second daughter of Sarah and Andrew Jackson Borden. They were a pretty wealthy family and one of the most important ones in the region. However, when Lizzie was very little, her biological mother passed away. She lived for a while with her father Andrew and her sister Emma. He owned several businesses, but even then his family lived frugally, and it is believed that he was a very austere man who barely showed any signs of affection. A few years after Andrew's wife passed away, he got married with Abby Dorothy Gray, a woman from humble origins who could never earn the love of Andrew's daughters. From the beginning, the little ones never accepted their father's new wife, which resulted in a very uncomfortable environment in their house. Abby tried hard to be liked by the girls, but nothing made them change their mind, and everything got worse when Andrew decided that they would all move to a new home. The new neighborhood would be closer to Andrew's businesses, but the girls didn't like that place at all. They begged him to please have them move somewhere else, but he didn't accept, and that really complicated everything. That wouldn't be the last problem the family would be facing. Over the years, their relationship deteriorated to the point that they barely spent any time together. And the last straw was when Andrew bought a property and legally transferred its ownership to his wife Abby. This enraged the daughters, who felt denigrated by that gesture. And shortly after, tragedy came. August 4th, 1892 started like a normal day for the Borden family. Emma was spending a few days in a friend's house, and Andrew had to go to the bank to sort out some issues. However, due to a strong stomach pain that he and his wife had been suffering for a few days, he had to go back home earlier. The homemaid was also out of the house, and once she arrived back, she rushed to the living room after hearing Lizzie's screams. The young lady said that a burglar broke into the house and killed her father. His body had many wounds made with a sharp weapon, and his head was completely destroyed, showing part of his cranium. The maid rushed to tell Abby, but when she arrived at the guest room, she witnessed practically the same scene as before. Abby was dead, covered in blood, and with multiple cuts all over her body. Lizzie told the police that she had been in the attic the entire time and had no idea about what happened. The agents then determined that the cuts of the bodies had been made with an axe. The agents then continued investigating the crime, and after inspecting the Borden house, they found 2 axes and noticed how one of them had been thoroughly cleaned recently. Lizzie became the prime suspect, and a few days later, the police issued an order to arrest her. The woman declared herself innocent, but was arrested until her trial 10 months later. There were many pieces of evidence which pointed to her being the culprit. The axe found in the house coincided with the wounds, and the maid talked about Lizzie's bad relationship with her stepmother. Moreover, a neighbor declared to have seen Lizzie burn a blue dress a few days after the crime. And a merchant accused her of wanting to buy poison. But despite all of this, the judge declared her innocent, just because he considered that a Christian woman like her couldn't have possibly committed such a crime. Lizzie and her sister abandoned their family house, bought another one in the downtown area, and lived together until a fight resulted in them going separate ways. Lizzie became Lisbeth and died alone due to pneumonia in 1927. Her sister Emma passed away 9 days later in her own house. The story of Andrew's and Abby's murder became very famous, and nowadays the house where they were murdered became a bed and breakfast which offers horror tours. Moreover, what happened in 1892 has been talked about in newspapers, literature, and audiovisual media. In fact, this event is the inspiration for the series starring Christina Ricci titled The Lizzie Borden Chronicles, and the movie Lizzie with Chloe Sauvignon and Kristen Stewart. Were you familiar with these works, TikTakers? And what are your opinions about horror tourism? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!